In today's video, we will be talking about how this guy up on the screen right here just blew the socks off so many bears and so many people. But yet Palantir is down right now. Why is that? Hold on one second. We gotta do some water cheers on this glorious Taco Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday for me. It is a hot one. It is 11:05 a.m. I'm going to be doing some afternoon track running, so got to stay hydrated. And then enjoy some beef for, whoo boy, it's going to be a beef dinner for me tonight. Hopefully everyone is doing great. If you enjoy my content, please smash the like button and subscribe for future content. I put out videos on this channel Monday through Friday, covering primarily fintechs, semis, AI, big tech companies. Also doing a public profile challenge, which I'm probably not going to get to in today's video. But today I kind of really wanted to be talking about Palantir, their earnings, because I'm a Palantir shareholder. I also want to talk about PayPal a little bit because they just dropped earnings. And then we got AMD. AMD's earnings are going to be today. Oh man, it's going to be, it's going to be exciting. So, firstly and foremost, you can go ahead and go onto Palantir's YouTube channel. You can listen to the earnings call. It is roughly about 40-something minutes. It is 42 minutes and 56 seconds. It's a good listen. I mean, once again, Alex came in and completely just blew analysts away. Utterly just away. A lot of bears are really shaking right now, but there is a very bear case that is playing out for the overall stock price, which I'm going to get to momentarily. Otherwise, headlines right now for Palantir. Palantir beat on every key earnings metric. Why its stock is still falling. Palantir's earnings best amid light U.S. Commercial sales. Is Palantir hiring enough? Q1 revenue jumps 85% on booming U.S. businesses. I'll just say that again. Palantir Q1 revenue jumps 85%. Whoa, man. Stock tries to stabilize, as Palantir says. Valuation tax. Alex Karp drives Palantir stocks towards a feat matched only by AI giants. The headlines are just absolutely unbelievable around their earnings. And I mean, talk about a blowout of earnings. Now, looking at the chart here, oh boy, Palantir is down 6%. What? 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 That's a little bit of sarcasm, by the way. Yeah, so let me go ahead and get to the charts momentarily into the stock price. But I do want to pull up straight from their website. And by the way, if you are a investor, if you are a trader, please do your due diligence and always fact check everything. When I go ahead and show earnings from companies like Palantir, SoFi, AMD, etc., I go straight on their company's website. I don't, look at like other YouTubers, basically pull stuff from them. Always go to the source. You always want to double check, just in case someone out there is doing some hanky-panky business. I'm not saying anyone is, but what I'm saying is that you gotta do your due diligence, and it's very easy to do. Obviously, if you don't have 43 minutes to listen to their earnings call, which, I mean, I was listening to Robinhood's earnings call last week, and their earnings call was like nearly 2 hours, I believe. Palantir, I really do love how they keep it short, sweet, and simple. Same thing with SoFi. I have not listened to PayPal's earnings call just yet because obviously it was today, but I do want to talk a little bit about them as well in today's video. But like I said, the stuff that I personally pull, I go straight on their website. So I'm on Palantir's website. Palantir reports Q1 revenue growth 104% year over year, growth of 85% year over year, raises FY guidance, 2026 guidance to 71%. Let's go ahead and check these babies out. Revenue grew 104% year over year. That is just crazy. The numbers that this company is actually putting up. Commercial revenue grew 133%. U.S. government revenue 84%. If you are unfamiliar, Palantir, they get revenue from the commercial side and also the government side as well. Now, this is very controversial because there's a lot of politics at play, and it really does suck because people are going to either invest in politics or not invest in politics. Right now, Palantir is very much viewed as being a very much in the back pocket of the Trump administration. But I really beg to differ that it doesn't really matter whom is in the White House or control, what political party controls the White House per se. Palantir just overall is going to be in the back seat of whoever is in the White House. So hypothetically, if the Democrats take back the White House in 2028, well, Palantir is going to be pretty much like in the back pocket, unless maybe that person really sways away from spending in that area. But like in my personal opinion, I have talked to a lot of people that very much are not like a fan of the current administration, and they're like, I don't really like how Palantir is very much like in the government. And my response to them is like, well, what if theoretically that Donald Trump didn't win and Kamala had won, and Palantir was still getting the same government contracts? Would you choose not to buy Palantir then? So it's kind of really like iffy. A lot of people have a negative sentiment right now, pretty much about how like their government revenue is so much increasing. They're pretty much viewing Palantir as like a Trump company in a way. I really don't view Palantir as a Trump company, like in a way. And I could be totally wrong. If you disagree with me, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. But I mean, otherwise, you just look at their overall quarterly balance sheet. It's crazy. They beat on revenue massively. Everything's looking great. Adjusted EBITDA is insane. Just these percents, every single thing about them is unbelievable. And this is quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter. Okay? They're just beating, raising our guidance full year. SoFi dropped earnings last week. A lot of people were very disappointed because they didn't raise their guidance. Palantir raised their guidance, but yet their stock is going down, right? You got a company talking about a triple beat, and SoFi theoretically didn't triple beat because they didn't raise their guidance, but now you got a company that did raise their guidance, but their stock price is not going up. Pretty unreal, right? So pretty much, going to the charts here, or actually I just want to go ahead and show this. Their EPS came in 18% above what was expected. That is massive. Their revenue blowing people away. Why isn't this stock up? We're pretty much at where the Iran war pretty much started, of where Palantir pretty much is at back in late February for a price action. But why isn't this stock going up by 10, 15? I mean, why isn't this stock at least up by 5%? Here is the dark reason. There's two dark reasons. One, we're in a software fear still. Even though Microsoft came in with phenomenal numbers, a lot of people are bearish around software. Adobe, I believe, Adobe does like late earnings reporting. They're going to be coming in and smashing numbers. Probably won't matter. Oracle too, very much later. But I mean, there is a clear divide. Obviously, ServiceNow definitely had some issues here. Very much different. But I mean, overall, the forward look of ServiceNow, I've talked about them. It's very bullish. Same exact thing with Salesforce, very bullish. Then you look at companies like NVIDIA. NVIDIA, honestly, is probably going to be smashing earnings once again. AMD, no doubt in my mind that AMD is going to smash earnings for today. There's really a software scare like you just can't imagine. And this is what's really holding up this stock from really getting back to all-time highs. Not to mention, you also have the bearish sentiment saying how long can this company really grow like this? Because the numbers they're putting up is just, it's just too high to maintain its growth. Obviously, NVIDIA, we saw numbers that were utterly crazy, and then NVIDIA theoretically leveled out the playing field. Now, here is a very bullish, shocking statement. Only 1% of people in the world are using AI. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? 1% of people in the world are like using AI. That's pretty crazy if you really think about it. What happens when maybe 50% of the world is using AI? Palantir has a long ways to go. Unlike NVIDIA pretty much capping out on insane growth rates, Palantir's can very well just maintain these crazy growth rates, but the issue is continuously beating them. So a lot of people are fearful that Palantir is not going to be, being able to put up these phenomenal numbers. Maybe they're going to be wrong. When is the stock price pretty much going to recover? I really feel that Palantir is going to recover with software. So when you have Microsoft very much leading us out of this software kind of apocalypse that we are still in, when Microsoft pretty much goes back up, when you have companies, because Microsoft goes up, you have the entire software industry that's going to follow suit. You're going to have Adobe, you're going to have ServiceNow, you're going to have Salesforce. But I mean, right now the play is the opposite of Palantir, which is pretty much hardware. Okay, hardware being NVIDIA, hardware being AMD, hardware being Intel. You also have other types of hardware too. SanDisk is utterly crazy for a little friggin' memory company. What other companies as well? I'm drawing a blank here. Micron. I think I just butchered them. Memory gigantic. Oh man, this is gonna drive me crazy. Micron. No, why am I drawing a blank right now? I am drawing a huge blank. Oh man, it's pretty embarrassing, but still, my brain is all over the place. I need some tacos, baby. But still, the play right now is very much that hardware is going to be rock and rolling and software is being thrown under the rug. But I really do believe that a big move can be coming for Palantir. When is that? It's probably going to be when software just recovers. When is that going to be? I honestly don't know. It's a little unfortunate how Palantir is just putting up phenomenal numbers and people are just, the market's sending it down. Now, understand too that so much growth has been factored into Palantir. So this is another reason why Palantir is also not getting insane momentum drive to the upside, is because so much growth is factored in. But then again, find me a company that is doing what Palantir is doing. Good luck, right? Good luck. I've made a lot of money with Palantir, a tremendous amount of profits. And I can definitely tell you that every single thing that I've seen about this company, it just blows people out of the water. I've never taken a short position on Palantir or bought puts. There's been people on social media that have tried shorting Palantir and they lost a lot of money. This company has just really blown people out of the water. And for me, I personally traded this company. I didn't necessarily take a long position a couple years ago. I traded this company up. Should have taken a long position, but I made a decent amount of money. And the thing about Palantir is that they blew my mind away to the upside. Because when I was factoring in everything on their growth, they just came in better than even my bullish case. Whenever I really look at a stock, or rather, whenever you run a analysis on any company, whether it's private or public, you should really do 3 types of analysis. Sometimes you can do 4. You should do a bear case, a base case, and a bull case. Sometimes people like to do 2 base case. I just kind of stick to 1 base case. But Palantir blew my bull case out of the water every single time. We're just really in kind of like a hurdle because of primarily like software is really taking like a kick to the nuts. As for PayPal, I have not listened to their earnings call just yet. I'm down on my PayPal position, but I'm not tremendously down like a lot of people. A lot of people, I actually have an average on PayPal of $57. There are people that have an average on PayPal over 100, and they're holding a bag essentially, which is very, very, very sad. But the revenue beat looks like their EPS beat. Obviously, their new CEO probably is talking about a lot of things. PayPal to cut 20% of staff. I honestly really didn't dive into this too much. I'm probably going to be talking a little bit more about this tomorrow. But overall, I kind of just really wanted to go ahead and sum things up to pretty much Palantir today. It did really piss off a lot of people that their previous CEO was basically pretty much like taken off, because Alex Chris really did have good vibes and good forward stuff for the company. It's just that the company just really had a hard time, really struggling. A lot of people are very much betting on PayPal to be bought out. And maybe that's going to be a catalyst that's going to send this company very higher. But who knows? Maybe them laying off a lot of staff is going to do good things for them. Maybe not. Otherwise, on a closing note, it's really going to be all eyes on AMD today. It's all going to be about their guidance. I have no doubt that AMD is going to beat on their EPS and beat on their revenue. It's all about their forward guidance. When it comes to the charts, when it comes to technical analysis, understand that we are in very much nosebleed area, way above all the moving averages, really nosebleed area. We could have a hard pullback to $267. I'm not saying it will happen, but understand that there could be a pullback. But for all we know, we could continue trending higher. Yeah, AMD, everyone's going to be looking about what they're guiding. Maybe Lisa Su, and she's a straight shooter, just like Anthony Noto is. Anthony Noto doesn't pump his own stock. Lisa Su doesn't pump her own stock as well, too. They are very much straight. And what she says, hey, if she says, yeah, our guidance is going to be even higher, we're going to be having more companies come on in, and we're just going to be massively selling these chips. And maybe she's going to be talking about OpenAI. Maybe she's going to be talking about NVIDIA a little bit. Who knows? So I'm really excited to listen in on Lisa Su today. Hopefully you all are going to be doing the same. In the future on this YouTube channel, I'm going to be doing live streams around earnings, which is going to be pretty fun and cool. Live streaming the earnings, listening, and also doing a live stream as well too. So definitely stay tuned for that. Otherwise, let me know if you are a brother or a sister of a Palantir shareholder. Because if this stock gets below 130, I'm personally going to be picking up more shares of Palantir, because I really feel that Palantir is definitely going to have a turnaround very soon and get back to $200, especially when the software gets his bum or head out of his bum. Oh man, I need some beef right now. Yeah, I definitely do. I'm kind of a little hungry myself. All right, take it easy, everyone. New video tomorrow. Hopefully everyone's having a great day, and as always, thanks for watching, and later.